Hey everyone, it's your girl Celia. So today is a very special day. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video, to this channel. So today is gonna be a birthday vlog.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Mom!
They're so late. Anyways, I am the big 4040 over the hill officially. I'm in the 40 club. I am in the 40 club. 40 club. I have to keep saying that because I got to get it in the dome. You know what I'm saying? So something I got to get used to. But I am going to do a vlog of my day. The grind don't stop. So yes, later on I do have to work, you know, spend time with my business like I do every single day. But we're going to take a little trip. I'm going to treat myself to something, take the kids along with me, and then do our grind at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the grind never stops. But right now, I'm going to be spending time with my kids. I'm going to take them along with me. And I'm going to take you guys along with me too. All right? So, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. All right, y'all, so I made my run and got me my stuff from Bath and Body Works. Got me some new fragrance. Got me what you call it, air freshener, you know, and a couple other things. So you know, I had to use my coupons and my free stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the coupons. So on to the next. Let's see what else we're gonna be doing. Probably gonna cook dinner early, so then like that we can actually eat a little bit early. And you know, Lakeshore Drive is closed down and we gotta do detours and all that, so we gotta make sure we eat early so we could leave out on time and all that good stuff. But like I said, it's family time right now. And yep, so I'll be back.
2 hours later.
All right, guys, so I'm here making a smoothie, a fruit vegetable smoothie, I would say. This will be the combinations that I'm putting together to make a smoothie. Okay, here I got blackberries, all right? Then I got baby spinach, I put bananas, I put Greek yogurt, honey, and that makes this. And I still gotta get it going, so hopefully I don't blow it. Hold on. Oh, and then you put ice cubes in it and some milk, just a little bit of each. But the whole point is to have the fruit, the vegetable, the honey, the yogurt to make a good smoothie, all right? Yes, guys, look at that. A blackberry banana spinach smoothie. That didn't get cut all the way. But here we go. Lots of vitamins in here. Very healthy. I've been doing this for a week already. Kids love it. So it is kid friendly. A lot of vitamins, like I said. Google it, look it up, and then you'll see the vitamins that blackberry carries, the vitamins that spinach carries, with the honey, everything is natural. So I do this for the lunch for me and the kids. Good way for them to have vegetable and fruit together. All right. So just let you know. Right. Hey everyone, it's your girl Celia. So it is the next day, and I wanted to do a continuation of my video, wrapping it up and everything like that. So yes, it's my birthday week, and we are here on the weekend, so I am just chilling and relaxing and just enjoy myself like I do every weekend once I'm completely off. So yeah, we took care of our clean this morning, and now I am officially off. So yes, I'm relaxing. I took my shower, got all cleaned up, wearing my new perfume, smelling good, smelling fresh, right? So I'm feeling good. So yeah, so I just wanted to go on ahead and talk and just put out there, like I had said before, it is my 40th birthday. But I just wanted to go on ahead and just shoot out, like, things that, how do I say it? Like an overview of my life, it's a lot. I could speak. I don't know if I could do a snippet of 20s and 30s, right before my 40s. But I don't know. I mean, the thing I can say is everybody goes through things in life and, experience things and goes through things and struggles with things. And, it's a lot of stuff that you discover over time. And, when I reflect back on my life, looking at myself in my 40s now, I never thought, to be honest, and I'm pretty sure maybe a lot of yous even think that, like, you never thought that you would come to the age that you've come. You came a long way. So, sorry for my throat. But yeah, we all come a long way because of things that we have gone through in our life, on our journey and stuff like that, ups, downs, good, bad, all of that, parenthood, everything, And what I could just sum up about my life is that, I have, going into my 20s, going right into college, like I could just say, like, I have many, many years of educational experience, many years. So I can't name, well, I can name a few, but I really can't name like any college I haven't even gone to, you know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of educational background. I felt like I didn't like being in school, but I liked it at the same time because of the fact of I was doing something, right? I just didn't like being in school, the work that you got to do and stuff like that. But my whole thing of being in school in my college years was like gaining the knowledge that I needed to gain for whatever it is, of whatever purpose that God had for me. High school, starting in high school, I would say like my last years, like maybe junior, senior year, it was more of like, I want to have my own company, my own business. I want to be my own boss. And that actually stuck with me. And years later, look where I'm at. I'm my own boss. I have my own business and many more to come because that is in the plan. God doesn't, and he doesn't plant something in you. He doesn't plant ideas and creativity in you for no reason at all. He does that for a purpose. So I have many ideas. I am very creative in different ways. And I also have the knowledge, educational knowledge of how to do certain things when it comes to business, right? So I may not have a full-blown degree on what determines my educational background. What determines my educational background is all the knowledge I had gained over so many years of being in school. All right. I don't need a college degree to own my own business. Yeah, I have certificates here and there, but that was just to gain knowledge for the specific thing that I was, going for. I have it in my cleaning. I also have a certificate in wedding planning. That was actually my very first business. Didn't make anything. I've had inquiries and stuff like that, but it never succeeded to the point where I've had actual clients and went forth and making a full-blown business, right? So, that was a life lesson, and that's something that's put on hold for when the time does come and God allows me to give me the okay and be like, you know what, I need you to go into this, and I need you to do what you need to do with this, which is coming to, it will come to pass. I do have that in my educational background. I have interior design in my background. I have business in my background. Of course, I have my cleaning, and I have many, many other things that God has set in my heart to do. But everything works out according to his plan. So I'm very thankful that God had put me back on track and allowed me and gave me the opportunity to give me direction in which way to go in order for me to start this, how to do this, how to do that. And then look at today, you know what I'm saying? So I'm actually out there, sole proprietor. It is mine, fully blown mine, but originally it's his because he gave me the idea, right? So I thank God for all the knowledge that he had instilled in me as far as like educational background. I know that it did not go to waste, even though, like I said, I don't have a degree. You don't need a degree to become your own entrepreneur, right? So that came to pass. I'm able to be my own boss and plan on being my own boss until when he calls me home. My goal is to leave something generational for my kids, and I will continue striving for that because that is something that I know he has in plan for me to do for my kids. All right. Not only in my educational background, I became a mom at 26, so I thank God that he had me wait until my mid-20s, towards the late 20s, to have my first child, have my second child at 30, and my third child at 32. So I thank God for blessing me with, my children. I have 3 of them. I got 2 boys, 1 girl, and I've always wanted boys, so they actually came first. And then when I had my boys, I was like, I want a girl. And then he blessed me with a girl. So I'm very happy with that. Also in my 20s, in my late 20s, I was able to escape not just escape, but leave out of a domestic violent relationship, very narcissistic. And that was my own doing because I, not following his ways, became unevenly yoked with someone else. And, I knew better, and it happened, and it was my own fault. And so when you do things out of God's will, he lets you do it so you can see for yourself, like, it's not what it seems, So I was able to come out of that, and that was about 2.5 years, I'm gonna say, came out of that. I was pregnant with my second child, and I was able to leave out of that situation. So that was my 20s. My 20s was more of like living my life the way I want to. I knew of God. I just didn't know what the things that he can do. Didn't understand it completely, and so I kind of was doing my own thing in my 20s until I came into realization getting into my 30s. I was just like, I'm by myself. If I have to be a single mom, I'll be a single mom. And I had my second child, and when he was born, I remember taking a walk with my kids, and, you know, very little. And I was praying to God, and I was like, Lord, you know, by the time I reach 35, you know, I want to be able to be living in a house, not an apartment, not nothing like that, because when I left out of that one situation, I went and I lived at home temporary with my parents, just so I could get back on my feet. You know, like I said, I was pregnant, and, you know, I was getting all the help that I needed, right? So, you know, this one day I ended up praying to God, and I was just like, you know what, God, by the time I'm 35, I want to be able to be in my own house. You know, I don't want my kids to have to worry about, you know, putting my kids through any type of struggle or anything like that. And mind you, once I was out on my own, I mean, yeah, we go through ups and downs, we go through different situations and stuff like that. But when you have faith, you know, all things are possible through God. And that's exactly why it happened. You know, after I had lived with my parents for some couple of years, you know, I was joined back together with my husband, who I was with at 19 and who I'm with now. So, yeah, we were able to come join back together again, and, you know, dated and talked, and, you know, for about a year, until when we were able to live a life together on our own, you know. So after that, and we were able to have our first child together, which is our daughter. And amazing, you know, like I said, it was difficult to start over again. It was a little bit hard coming from a domestic relationship and getting into another relationship, and it was just like, okay, I'm used to this way, and how is this person going to treat me? So it was like starting over, you know what I'm saying? So it was a little bit difficult, but God made his way with me and him, and he, you know, his plans are so good. So all through my 30s is me and my husband, my kids, and you know, fast forwarding to my prayer that I had prayed when I was just with my boys when they were little. By the time I was 34, I think going into 35, God blessed us with our first house. And I was so excited because it didn't hit me until when we moved in. I was like, what? You know, God went, he blew my mind with that. So in my 30s, you can say we're in our third house right now. So I thank God for that. And, you know, no more apartments or anything like that. I thank God for always finding some type of shelter for us when it was time for us to move at the right time. Okay. So, and we just, you know, following God's instructions is so amazing. You know, we got our first house when I was 34, going into 35. 3 years later, going to our second house. And that's when I ended up, you know, having my own business. Like, I started my cleaning business in 2017, but I didn't go full blown in it until 2021. And we've been good ever since. So yeah, I can't complain. He fulfilled a prayer for the houses, for a house. He fulfilled a prayer for my business, for me to become my own owner. You know, I'm my own boss, you know, and it has been nothing but amazing. I was able to fully seek the Lord and walk his path at the age of I think it was 36, 37, fully. And, you know, doing that has been amazing. I struggled with it, but I followed through with it. And I thank God for, you know, being able to, another prayer that had came to pass was my husband being able to find the Lord. And he actually found the Lord on his own. I never forced it. The only thing I did was pray for it. And it took me a while to figure out what God's plans were for that and stuff, until when he actually had gotten saved. And I was just like, ugh. So Yeah, I was just like, man, it's amazing, to have prayers answered. It was a lot of things that happened in my 30s where God showed and proved, and, it was more of like, do you believe me now? Type of thing. Do you know that all things are possible? I didn't know all things were possible like that, because I've doubted a whole lot in my life. And a lot of things never worked out because I doubted, just like Peter when he walked on water and Jesus told him to come in the middle of the water, through a storm. And it was like, by the time he looked down, he sunk because he didn't believe, and Jesus had to get him. He said, you of little faith. And that's how I was. I was of little faith, right? I tell you, God has rescued us. He has gotten us. He has came to our help in so many situations, and I have seen the real behind the scenes of everything in my 30s. And I didn't discover a lot of that stuff towards the end, in the last 3 years, I'm going to say 3 to 4 years, and I have struggled to cause I'm such a nice person, and it's like, I always try to see people's hearts first, but it was more of like, I was seeing the outside of things and, looking at, oh, just because they're family, or, oh, that's a best friend, or they would never do that to me. You'd be surprised what family and friends can do to you. I tell you. But I have learned a lot in my 30s. Like my 20s, it was more of like, and I say this with everybody, it's more of like you're having fun and you're trying to be in your own ways. I get that. I understand that. But when you reach your 30s, it's more of like, and when you become a parent, you start thinking a little bit more differently. You don't think for yourself no more. And you start little by little trying to see things a little bit more clearly for what it is, but you won't be fully with it unless you give your life to Jesus, your salvation. You find salvation in Jesus. And the moment I had did that, that's when I started seeing a whole mess of stuff, putting certain situations that happened in the past on, well, why did this happen? I was wondering why things had came up and why things had happened. Then God will set that in my heart, like, well, this happened because this and this and this, and we will go over it. And it's like, oh, I see. So, it's just, I had a lot of clarity in my 30s, in my late 30s, really. But it was more like, I don't know, but I say this. I felt like it was longer than what it is. I felt like it was gonna take longer for me to reach my 40s than what I thought. It actually came quick, But when you go through a lot of things in your life or over the years and stuff like that, time does pass, And, and even, I'm gonna tell you, I'm the type of person, I love to work. I like to make that money. You know what I'm saying? But when God got me out of the working system, right? When he got me out of that system and I went into, with my own business, boy, let me tell you, I was going through withdrawals. I swear. I would hold a job or two and, 2 part-time jobs or 1 full-time and 1 part-time job. And I would just be like, man, I'm so tired. And because I used to do a lot of overnight shifts for work and stuff, and I would just be so tired. I'd be like, man, why can't I stay home? Why can't I do this? And I'm not spending enough time with my kids and this and that, until when God finally sat me all the way down and he's like, you're not gonna work, you're gonna do what you need to do for school, you're gonna take care of the kids, you're gonna stay home and do everything you say you wanted, that you complained about, everything that I've complained about. He sat me down so I would be able to do it, right? And I was having withdrawals. I was like, man, like I would cry. And then my husband would be working. And I'm like, you're so lucky you have to go to work and this and that. And boy, let me tell you, until when I actually had it set in. It took me some months, but it set in, and I was just like, I'm happy. I get to wake up and take my kids to school. I picked them up, and dinner's already done, and house is clean, and this and that, and get the rest that I need. And I was happy. Then I started feeling comfortable about it. So it was hard. So I was able to spend more time with my kids and do everything I needed to do with them and stuff like that. So I was very happy about that, and up until when I ended up starting doing the business and everything like that. And little by little, once I got the hang of doing all of that stuff, then little by little, my husband was helping me. Then not only that, when my oldest was, big enough, he started working with me at the age of 10. And, from there, and now we're all doing it, so it's a family business. It's not just a business, but it is family owned. And I am very proud of that. So this is the type of stuff that I'm teaching my kids on, how to be their own boss, and we're teaching them at a young age. And I'm very grateful for that God has given me the opportunity to do that, right? So, that was another thing that God had blessed me with in my 30s, was being able to sit my butt down and do what I needed to do, right? From transitioning from the worldly, the matrix, I'm going to say, the working world. He took me out of that and placed me into a world of my own, his world of you can still make it when you are obedient to me. And when I was able to obedient after I had threw my tantrums and crying and I wanted it, I accepted it, and that was my time to all the way down. My husband ended up, I would say months later, ended up finding Jesus himself. And I was very proud because that ended up being a prayer, for a very long time for him, to find Jesus and to know Christ, and, to, just walk in those ways, at least something, but he's been committed, and I thank God Almighty for that. So a lot has happened in my 30s, and I mean, little to big, to God answering prayers, to decision making, to just knowing that I have walked the right path, and just thank God every day for every breath that he gives me, no matter what I'm going through. That's why I always end my videos with, today is the day that the Lord has made. I'm very happy for each day that I wake up to, as you should too, always rejoice and always be glad. And I always am glad. I'm always happy that I can open my eyes and know that, thank you, God, for having grace and mercy over my life, to wake me up to be able to have another day, a productive day, and doing this and that, just it's so much stuff that I never thought I would be able to do, but God says otherwise, and when he says otherwise and you're obedient to his word, he makes it happen some way, somehow. And I'm grateful every day for God being in my life, for following Jesus, for him being an example to follow, for what he went through. And Jesus has went through a whole lot of stuff to set an example for the world. He died for our sins in order for us to be forgiven, to be be able to have life, to be able to keep going through in life, to endure, which a lot of us have to endure. We endure a lot of stuff in our daily lives, struggles, issues. We go through stuff in life, but the whole point is, when you persevere in it, when you keep going, when you give all that you can give in a situation, and then leave it at God's hands and cast all your cares onto God, God fights your battles. And when you keep doing what you have to do and don't stay stuck in that moment, and whatever it is, you're gonna come out of that storm stronger than you were when you first went in. And I've gone through many storms. There was many storms that happened in my life that I thought was going to break me. And there's one particular situation that I thought was going to break me. And it happened back in 2019. So, and I'm going to say it like this, that the people who do know me that is watching this channel, you know what happened in 2019. And it didn't break me because look at where I'm at now. You know, I still have my family. We're in a bigger space. I'm still with my husband. And, you know, God gets me through each day to become a better person, a stronger person. And some people think that they could do stuff to you in your life that's going to break you. And little do they know, when you have God on your side, God can get you out of that in no time. Because it says in the Bible, do my prophets no harm, right? Touch not my anointed. And it happened. They thought that they can touch me in some type of way. And I'm not talking about physically, but I'm talking about spiritually. What was behind the motives of that certain situation where they thought that they can hurt me and my husband, but it never ever happened because God put a stop to that. My family is anointed. My family is covered with the blood of Jesus. So the person that did come after me, you know who you are, and the other person knows who they are. They have been blocked. Why? I have distanced myself. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there. If anything happened to you in your life after that time, you can't blame nobody but yourself. I didn't have to do nothing because my battle was already won. My battle already was in victory before I even went through any type of process. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know they're watching and I'm still standing. I think it was time. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but I just wanted to put it out there and, you know, just, I know who you are. I know what you did and you can't come back from it. I've forgiven you. I've forgiven both of you. But when it comes to love, it's loving at a distance and all I can do is just pray for you. That's all I can do. The rest, I leave in God's hands. So, yeah. But other than that, hey, I feel like I've so far lived pretty well. You know, those are just tests, trials, experiences added to a testimony of my life. And you know, I'm entering chapter 40 of my life. So I can't wait to see what God has planned for the rest of my life, you know, and I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful for everything, you know, what he has placed in my life, what he has done in my family, and how he has changed a whole lot of things around. And, you know, I do every year, especially when it comes to like a 5-year basis, you know, I like to put into prayer something that I desire in my heart that I would want to have accomplished by a certain age. And I mean, God has answered prayers and big prayers at that so far. And, you know, I love it because you would think, man, that seems so far-fetched, but you never know what God has in store for you, what blessings he could pour down into your life. You know, his timing is always the perfect timing, not on our timing when we want it at that very time, but he knows when to bless us at certain times, which is his time. So I'm very happy for that. And, you know, still, you know, just being strong and learning how to be patient. I feel like my patience has settled, but not completely, because I am human. And, you know, all I could do is just wait and pray and keep doing what I need to do, that God has me doing in order for things to happen, you know. So until then, you know, I just have to wait till certain blessings that I've prayed for to come through, you know, whenever that is. And I'm happy to wait, because not only can he send you a blessing that you've prayed for, but he could bless you even more and, you know, just overflow in my life. And he has overflowed in my life, and I give all the praise and glory to him. So just want to end it here. I mean, I just wanted to give certain things that happened in my 30s, certain things that happened in my 20s, going into it. My 40s is a reflection, and it's like there's so much more that has been done in those times, but too much for me to even put out to share with you guys. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and I look forward to the many more journeys that God is going to put me on, and what he's going to put me and my family on, because we all have our own journeys individually, and we have journeys in a marriage, and we have journeys in family dynamics. So, you know, I'm very blessed, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very happy and very at peace that, you know, all this has happened. But so yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff we have spoke and prayed about has came to pass. And like I said, I am so very, very grateful for what God has done in my life, what God has done in my husband's life, and what God has done in my children's life. So I'm above and beyond just overjoyed on the 40 years of my life. You know, I mean, I couldn't go back further, but like I said, it's too long. So here's to chapter 40 in my life. And, you know, can't complain, just getting older and getting wiser. So I love God, I love Jesus, and that's where I stand. And, you know, it's just the enemy can try to knock me, but it won't happen. 'Cause I'm still standing. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all gotta go through God first before anything. That's what I gotta say. But yes, so I'm gonna end it here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It was kind of like a long video, but it's my birthday vlog, and I decided I wanted to talk to you guys. So yeah. So whatever you guys are going through, just know that you're gonna come out stronger. Just keep going. Don't ever stop. Just keep going and doing what you need to do in your life in order for you to come out stronger. Yes, you're going to endure things in your life. It says in the Bible that you're going to go through tests and trials, but you know, you're going to come through the storm. Have faith. Always have faith. But trust and believe that God is real. Jesus was real. He died on the cross for our sins, and just know that somebody loved you that much to do that for you. So why not give your salvation to God? Why not give your salvation to Jesus? Because he deserves it, you know? Live your life for God, live your life for Jesus, and walk in their ways. So then like that, you can live a peaceful life. And I'm testimony to that, you know? And I'm going to keep on going. I want to keep on going. And it's motivation for me, because I know where I want to go, and I'm working my way to that. And that's to be with the Lord Almighty in heaven. And I'm going to keep striving to do that. So blessings to you guys, and I pray and I hope that everybody has a good weekend. Enjoy yourself, be safe, and like I always say, today is the day that the Lord has made. Always rejoice, always be glad in it. All right, so just know that whatever it is that you're going through, put it in God's hands, because the battle that you're going through is already won. Okay, just keep pushing through in it, and you will see the victory at the end. All right, so until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.